guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Brittany. I am pretty and polished, and if you are old, welcome back. Thank you for coming back or whatever. So today I'm going to be talking to you guys about my nail tech essentials, like must-have essentials or whatever. So before I get into the video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Here is my previous video. It's either whatever side. Make sure you guys go look at that. Make sure you guys follow my socials. All my socials will be below, but let's go ahead and get into the video. So, of course, I'm gonna start with the basics. First of all, do not judge me, guys. I am literally in between clients, so I have dust everywhere. But first and foremost, if you are wanting to become a nail tech and wanting to actually do nails and actually do nails on clients, the most important thing is a license. Honestly, I feel like a lot of people don't talk about this, and I totally understand you wanting to do nails and you just haven't gone to school and stuff yet, but to be honest, it is just the best way is just to go ahead and get it out the way. I know a lot of people want to go ahead and jump into it and then go to school afterwards because they say school doesn't teach them anything, and honestly you might be a little bit right, but this is what you're going for. You know, this is exactly what everything is about. It's about the nail license because you know, you don't want to be doing people's nails and you're not licensed. Not saying that you don't know what you're doing, but it's just better. It's a better look. So honestly, guys, just go and get your license. It might take some time, but at least you know you're insured, you know you're licensed, you know if anything happens between you and a client, you have a license to fall back on. Because anybody can be, anybody can be spiteful at any time and be like, oh, well, I know she don't have a nail license, or I'm gonna call state board on her, and that can affect you getting a license in the future. I know a lot of people have started to do nails and they're like, oh, I'm gonna go later. I just want to go ahead and start working now, which, I mean, everybody has their own path. Go ahead, but it would just benefit you because once you go ahead and get the school out of the way, you don't have to worry about stopping for 6 months or however long your school is to go to school, or you won't have to like cut your hours into working. Like, let's say if all of your clients are used to you working Tuesday through Saturday 9 to 7 or whatever your hours are, you would have to cut that short because you would have to go back to school. So it would just benefit you to go to school first so you can go ahead and get out the way. That way it won't affect your work later in the future. Next is a good brush. You guys, my brush looks really bad right now, so I'm not gonna go and show it to the camera, but this is a Acrylic brush. I'm using a number 14. I usually use a 12 or 14 depending on how big or small my client's nail bed is. But acrylics, I really love this brush. This is probably one of the best brushes that I've ever bought, and I think this one was only like $25–30 or whatever. So I actually need to buy a new one because, like I said, my little handle is done. So brush, second most important. This isn't going like in order or whatever, but this is an essential. A drill, e-file, whatever you want to call it, electric drill, whatever, a drill. So before I used to have a Mani Pro. I had the purple one, and I had that for a long time. I had it for about 3.5 years, and the hand pieces kept messing up on me, and I just got tired of it. And then once I went to my nail supply store, I tried to go get another one, and they didn't even have it. So she recommended the D&D drill, and it works just as good, but it's a little cheaper. So I actually love this drill, and I got it in the gold color or whatever, like rose gold color. And like I said, it's just as good as a Mani Pro. Now I have used like the more cheaper options that you can find on Amazon and stuff when I first started, but once you actually start getting into clients and actually like working for real with the nail drill and stuff, I recommend you do buy a more expensive one because one, it'll last you longer, and two, I feel like like with taking the acrylic off when I'm filling in, it's a lot stronger. Soaking off anything like that, it has more power basically. So I would prefer this over like a $60 drill. Like honestly, you have to just invest into yourself because the outcome is going to be way more. It's going to be better in the end. Essential acetone and alcohol. Essential. I go through these like crazy. As you can see, I just bought these not too long ago, so I need to go and stock back up. Acetone soak offs if you make a mistake, if you need to clean something, to remove polish. However, acetone, it has to be 100% acetone. I got this one from Sally's. This is 70% alcohol. I use this to quickly clean up like my desk if I can't like go and do like a full clean with my Lysol and stuff, and like to sterilize my utensils really quick, or you know, whatever. Alcohol. The next important thing, essential for a nail tech, whatever you want to call it, is a label maker. This is so essential for so essential and so important to have, because you have to label everything. So for me, I labeled all my colors. You know, it has all the, well, I started to, has all the colors labeled. All of my colors have a label on it. This alcohol bottle got a label on it. Like my bins for my dirty utensils, it's all labeled in there. Like you literally have to label everything. So a label maker is very essential, very important for nail tech. Next important thing, I like these soap bowls because you can put hot water at the bottom and then acetone at the top. You know, if you put hot water with acetone, the acetone, it kind of like activates the acetone and it helps it come off a little quicker. So these are very essential. I got these from my local nail supply store for $3 each. I highly recommend this instead of doing like a Ziploc bag or whatever. It's just easy to, and these are easy to clean. You put water at the bottom. Well, you know, it pops up. You put water at the bottom and acetone at the top. Then soak off super fast. Next thing is, this is a new bag, so I haven't used these yet. But sanitation pouches. These are so important. Ooh, everything is so dusty. Like I said, this is a new box. So these are super important to make sure that you keep your tools sanitized. So like your nippers, your nippers, your cuticle pushers, your drill bits, anything. These go in. I can't remember how much this was. I want to say it was like $4 for a pack of 200 or whatever. So these are very essential. So these right here, these are lock boxes. I use these for my stones. I don't know how most people put their stones away. I don't like the big clear things that have individual like cubbies like these, because they, you know, stones could get mixed up, and like if it falls, it's done. Like it's over. All your stones are all over the place. So I like the lock boxes because you have to push the button on the side to open it, and it's just like nothing comes out, nothing goes into the other containers or whatever. So I like these. These are from Michael's. I want to say like these are $2, and then the big ones are like $5. And I started using these because Michaela, so thank you Michaela for showing us these when we worked at Fancy Nails, because these are way better than the other boxes that everybody uses. And then of course your LED light. This is just the one that I use for toes. I honestly paid $175 for this, and I really wish I never did that in my life, because this one right here was like $20, and it works just as well as this one does. So I use this one for toes and this one that goes up on my desk for the hand. I prefer this over that expensive gelish one. And I think they only made me pay that much because of the name. It's a really good clear acrylic and really good monomer. Now, as far as monomer, people have their preferences on what they want to use and say this is better than that. I use Young Nails. I've never had anything better than Young Nails. I've used Valentino's liquid. It was okay. I just felt like it made everything way too runny. I've used Mia Secret. I like Mia Secret, but same thing, it makes it too runny and has a really strong smell. I've never liked anything like how I like Young Nails liquid. It is very expensive, I'm not gonna lie. For this one bottle, it's like $75 or $80 or something like that. And then for the gallon, that's how I usually buy it. I have to buy it in the gallons. So it's $209 on their website. It sucks, it is expensive, but I'd rather pay for good quality. This has, this is EMA, not MMA. So you want to make sure that you're using a liquid that is EMA, not MMA. Next essential item is glue spray. I use this so heavily, like, oh my god, I have to buy like 3 and 4 of these at a time because I go through these like crazy. So I use these after I put my stones on. I use these when I put tips on. Anything with glue, I use this. Next thing is Barbicide. I don't have any more in the bottle. This is my last thing. You need Barbicide because you have to clean your tools. So you need Barbicide. So next with cleaning, the next thing is Clorox wipes, Lysol spray, or this is a 5-in-1 spa disinfectant. I have all of these. I use all of these because one, we in a pandemic. So next item on our list is a first aid kit. You have to have a first aid kit. It's mandatory for one. And two, you need to have it just in case anything happens. You are working with chemicals, you are working with drill bits, you are working with dust, all this kind of stuff. So if anything happens, you need to have a first aid kit aside, and you need to have a fire extinguisher, whether it's in your building or where, you know, wherever you work, your home or whatever. You need to have a first aid kit and a fire extinguisher. Our fire extinguisher is outside. I'm not gonna go get that, but yeah. The scheduling website that I use, I can do it online, like have it on Safari or on an app. So sometimes I'm way too busy to just go on my phone and look at the app. So having a whiteboard that you can write all of your clients down is so essential because you could just look over and see who's coming next and what time it is. Next important thing, your tools. So you need a really good, you need nippers, not just one. You need, I have about 6. I have about 6 nippers and 6 fingernail clippers and 6 pushers because I don't do any more than 6 a day. It was like 7 or 8 and I had to cut back on that. So now it's 6 is the most that I'll do in a day, but I usually have 6. That way I can use 1 on each client, and then at the end of the day I clean them all, sterilize them, and then in the morning I'll put them in the packed pouches. So you have to make sure you have really good utensils, especially nippers. Nippers is probably the most important thing because with nippers you take off the cuticle. That's how you take off rhinestones. If a nail is lifting and you need to get that piece off, do it that way. So yeah, you want to make sure you have really good utensils. Sometimes you do have to spend a little bit more money to get something that's gonna last you way longer in the long run. Sanding bands you absolutely need. I just go ahead and get the big bags because if you get like the little boxes, you run through them, especially if you do a lot of clients. So get the big bags of sanding bands. As far as drill bits, if you guys watch my video, you guys know as far as cuticles, I use this to go around my cuticles, and I use a carbine bit. Nail glue, of course. This is 1 second nail glue. I usually use KDS glue, but my local beauty supply store did not have it, so I had to get this one. Tips, of course, tips are very important. Some people use forms, some people use tips. I have both. I don't really use forms as much. I'm still practicing with forms, but I do use forms to measure out my the length. I feel like, especially if you're a beginner, this is the easiest thing to do and the best thing to do, because with these forms, I don't know if you guys can see, but it has like the sizes and stuff. So it goes from 1 to small, medium, large, extra large, extra large, and stuff like that. So it's just easier to use these to measure out the tips. That way everything is the same way. Cuticle oil. This is my cuticle oil that I make myself. This is the one that I made this morning. Cuticle oil is a must. So I want to say thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know in the comments below what videos you guys want to see from me next. I will see you guys in the next video.